Welcome to the South Texas Amateur Tour Podcast, The Power Hour, with your hosts, Travis Salkowski, Dustin Hassan, Casey Graham, Jason Bird, and Michael Germanuelian.
Good evening, South Texas Amateur Golf Tour. What is going on? MD here. It is August 29th. It is 8 o'clock. It doesn't feel like an off week, but here we are. It is Tuesday night, off week. Quick show tonight, but still lots to talk about. Before we jump into everything, let's go ahead and bring on my friend, Travis Salkowski. What's the word?
Hey, what's up? It is Tuesday evening, August the 29th, 2023. Another sellout at Mission Del Lago this weekend. Early morning Saturday start. It's one of those events where what you're going to do for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, a very long weekend.
Yes, I mean it's it turned out to be an awesome scenario with a long weekend and then a vacation for you. Or more like a business trip, really.
I call it a business trip. I was actually talking to Cindy about it because I take Friday off on every Saturday event to go down to San Antonio to set up the course, do all that stuff. And I was like, I just realized I'm taking Friday off and I don't come back to work till, I'm off for like 12 days.
It feels like Kohler for me. I take 2.5 weeks off for Kohler every year with the drive and. Yes, we're deep into season 2 of the Power Hour podcast. Here we are, August 29th, 8:03. You and me tonight. Mr. Dingman is going to join us a little bit later into the show, but a quick rapid fire off week leading up to an event show this evening. MD, top 3 in point standings you are currently.
Yes.
3 events left to play. Number 2 in the point standings. How are you prepping? What's going through your mind on a Tuesday before the final partner event of the year? Give us some of those insights. This is such a cool moment. It's like talking to Dustin down the stretch, last year when he won.
Who'd have thought we'd be having that conversation with me?
I know. It's crazy.
Honestly, I'm really not honestly thinking about it. I'm practicing. I try to stick to the same schedule that I have every week, which is, the week after an event, I probably don't touch my clubs for 4 or 5 days just to kind of let my body reset. I go work out, do that kind of stuff. And then I get back on this stretch where I'm just hitting golf balls, practicing every day. The only thing I'm thinking about right now, in all honesty, is just, what did I do, 3 weeks ago? What did I do 2 weeks ago? What did I do last week playing golf? What things did I do well? What didn't I do well? And then I'm just sitting practicing. And then, when I get to the golf course, let's just go play golf. Like at this point, and with the amount of experience that I have in messing things up, I know for one thing for sure is just stay in the moment and just don't get ahead of it. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm just practicing. I'm excited to go into the 2-man event. Love to try and get a gift card out of that. I'm really, really focused on Mission right now and just going out there and playing. And it's fun to play the 2-person best ball just because it's going to let me go out and play my own ball. Let me go out and play the round I want to play.
Format for the last partner event of the year. Going into stroke play, you still get to play as much as you want, right? In that partner 4-ball event. I think that's really cool. Hey, anybody watching right now, if they have any preparatory questions for MD. This is kind of a cool little segment off the cuff here. I know we don't really have a timeline tonight, but I think it's so cool when somebody as immersed in the tour as you are is in a team spot, and then we remember that you're a competitor as well. And
I mean,
from to have you on the platform in that perspective, I just think is so unique, and I just think we have to explore it.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's not the first time I've been in the top spots and stuff like that. In previous years, I went on a couple of year drought where I just didn't win anything. But like 2018, 2019, I was in the mix. And the biggest takeaways from that was I was thinking too far ahead and getting too far ahead of myself. I mean, the only thing I focus on these days, honestly, is practicing the things I know that I need to get better at and that are going to be important down the stretch. And then just going out to these tournaments and just playing golf, like not putting any pressure on myself to, I have to go do this or I have to go do that. It's just, I practice, my swing feels good. I know what I need to do to go out and shoot low scores. I just need to go play the game.
I think that's a really good point. You made a comment about not winning in the past because you are winning right now. Four first places on either side this season, right?
Yeah.
What's the strategy kind of going into the home stretch here? Is it pedal down like I'm going to win? Is it Ricky Bobby if you ain't first, you're last?
I mean, it's one of those things. I think it's Casey Carnes said it. It's like if you're 7 under, if you're shooting low, don't play defense. Keep pushing it. Keep playing the game.
Right. Don't disrupt the flow. Whatever keel, stay even keel is whatever speed that's at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly, it's just I get to go play with Keo out here asking his cross feeling pressure of MD.
So that's a great question. Have you talked to Jason? Is there a strategy developing, or is it do your own thing until day of?
I think it's a do your own thing till day of, and that's kind of how he and I usually play. And it's
he wants you to take the lead. He wants you to take the lead on the golf course, right?
It's one of those things.
He's almost the perfect partner.
Yeah, he is consistent. He can execute shots. And more than anything, he just listens. He wants me to give him.
He's so
coachable. If there's a play that I think is going to work better, or if there's a line that I like, or if there's something I see. I mean, it's good communication, and we kind of just lean on each other. But going into this kind of event, again, it's stroke play essentially at this point when it's your best ball. In my mind, I'm probably in second flight with Jason, and I've
more in that first second bubble with only 4 flights.
Yeah, with only 4 flights. Yeah, so maybe high end of first, something like that. I know Mission. I've played Mission well this year. I've got a win there this year, and even in the last month and a half since we were there, I feel like my game has improved to the point where I can go lower and do more out there. So, I'm excited for Mission. I think that's a really good test. I like that.
It's good right now, and it's good.
Yeah, it's good. But I mean, I'm honestly the way I look at the season, and it's like anything else. I think the worst thing you can do is be in the top 3 or 4 spots and think like, okay, I got this. I'm going to make the team. I'm playing with the most you think about it's like 0.03% chance or something like that when you start off the season that you're going to make the team outright in the spring or summer. 3 events. Hundreds of points left on the board. I don't assume that the spot is mine. I don't assume that I'll be in the top 10 by the end of it. Obviously, I want to be. I'm not going to quit playing. But, I mean, tides change. And
that's the elephant in the room, right? That's the elephant in the room that's tough to talk about. Like, clearly that's the goal, right? Like the team is the goal, and how do you navigate the roller coaster ride that is the point standings throughout the year? You know,
And if you
that
can,
top 10 is so close right now. 2 through 9 is so tight. It's almost T2 the whole way.
Yeah, pretty much. And the only thing I think about, the only thing that like I kind of look at going like even past mission and just saying, okay, last 3 events, I want to be in the top 3. What do I need to do? Like my mindset is, you know what? It's 3 golf courses that I like. 2 of the 3 I've got wins on this season, and my game feels good. And it's honestly like I'm one of those people that really does try to, and it's been working out a little bit better this year or this summer season, where I'm trying to really build out a plan before I go out to the golf course. I know pretty much how I want to play each hole, how I want to approach each,
the prep is increased this year tenfold for you, and I think it shows.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more prep, and then just a lot more focus on what I'm doing at the range. Swing changes this year have been a little bit. I've made a couple of swing changes here and there, and some changes in my grip and setup. My putter's been probably my biggest weakness out of the batch, and that's where I'm spending the most time. And I actually feel really, really excited to get to mission because, it's one of those things. You sit there, just for an hour a day putting, with the intention of trying to figure out something that works. I can putt well on bent grass, easy. Trying to come back to Texas and play on Bermuda, I start to have trouble.
I love bent grass. I start to tear up when we talk about bent grass. I'm a grass guy. I love grass. I'm
excited.
You made a comment earlier about, kind of being in your own driver's seat. I wonder if I think Bradley Gilbert's watching right now. I think I saw him. I'm not sure if he's chiming in. I wonder if there's a difference between Laz Gonzalez, yourself at number 2, and Greg Graff at number 3 versus Brad Gilbert at number 4 in the point standings. I wonder what the comparison there is, kind of controlling your own destiny, like staying in the top 3 versus being outside and having to play in. I wonder if there's a different prep or thought process or
I gotta think that
what have you.
I gotta think when it's that close. I mean, I played with Brad this weekend or this past weekend at Almost, or not at Almost, excuse me, at Willow, and
that was a cool pairing.
Yeah, I've seen him play. I'd never got the chance to play with him before. Honestly, we got Brad chiming in.
He definitely, seeking to understand, right? Yeah. I like that. That's great.
Brad, I think, shot 2 over, and it was like one hole that kind of screwed it up. And to be honest, he had a bunch of good looks at birdie that either ran the edge or he did have a putt, I think, on 15. It was like a 25-footer that he put right into the cup and just bounced right back out. Like, it was stupid. Brad's playing.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct, Greg Graff. Brad is playing solid this season and only 10 points behind. So he's basically T3, right?
And he's also been on the team, and he's been in the top 3 before. Like, he knows what to do when he's there.
I love the intensity that Brad Gilbert's bringing right now. We were at Willow. It was before the tee time, considerably before the tee time. Like, he was there, intense, talking stuff over with the caddy and really getting a game plan. And we kind of crossed paths. Like, we weren't having a conversation. And as we crossed paths, he's like, making that team. And then just kept walking. Like, it was awesome. It was an awesome exchange. It was really cool. And that's a good point from Greg Graff in the comment section right there, that he's been in this position before. And all of a sudden, Greg Graff is the seasoned veteran, right?
Yeah.
It's really interesting dynamics and some pretty cool storylines down the stretch.
And it's, and Brad walking by you saying, I'm on the team, everyone's, it's a different, everyone plays their own version or has their own mindset of what they're going to do to be successful. Everyone knows I am self-loathing on the golf course. The more I hate myself at times, the better I play.
It's the most positive self-loathing ever, right?
Yeah.
It's like from a place of encouragement. It's
Like,
crazy.
It's me basically saying, quit being a little bitch. Make your friggin' putts. Like that, I mean, and it's like I need to have that conversation with myself. Like I just need to. Like I'm better about not voicing it super out loud, but by God, if you're within me, if you're within like a 5-foot radius of me as I'm walking off the hole, I'm like going, mother.
I remember asking a question. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember asking a question at Whistling Straits, like, did that help? Like, did the pep talk and the verbal abuse towards your person, like, and you made birdie on the next hole. It was, I mean,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, it was great. It was awesome. I love it.
And that's kind of like,
hey, listen, if anybody says they
kick.
own their mental bullshit on the golf course, it's me. So I know exactly where that comes from. But.
I mean, I could not imagine, not that I don't like, I love the intensity that Brad has, but again, everybody has such a different look at how they play their game and how they need to be mentally prepared to go into it. Like obviously I want to be in the top 3. In my mind, I'm right now in the horse race. Like that's where my head's at.
Right,
not that I want to be there, not that I think that I'm going to be there, but if I play like I'm going to just end up in the horse race, it's no pressure on me to go out and try and put up a score.
I love thinking about the horse race at this time. The horse race is the first 4 people out of qualifying for the team at the Tour Championship, the final round of the playoffs. Horse race is the final, foursome of the year, what have you, and they're playing for one spot. And I think this time of the year, the horse race gets really interesting because it becomes the floor for some people, right? Like it's the floor for you. It's the floor for Greg Graff. It's the floor for Brad Gilbert, right? It's the floor for Steven Evans, who finished 4th in the spring season, right? And then everybody else, it's the ceiling. Right? Yeah. It's okay. I'm playing. I got to get up. I got to get into the horse race. I got to make a cut. I got to get up into the horse race. So I love this time of the year and talking about the horse race because it really is the outlier of both parties' bell curves for vastly different reasons.
And if we're being like realistic here, I mean the path to the team and the path to the team through the playoffs in the summer season, I mean, team event Mission Del Lago, that's nice. I'm not, I personally, I think that's a winnable event. I think at least it's getting a top 3 position. But then I look at, where we're going after that, and I look at like Cedar, for example. Like Cedar, to me, I sit there and say that's a pretty damn tough course. That
heck yeah, it's a survivor one, right?
It's one of those places where, if you have some confidence for that golf course, if you enjoy that golf course, and I've always said there are 2 things I love. I love Cedar and I love Alshot. Cedar's a really, really fun course that I think offers a lot of cool opportunities. I think we'll see more changes out of the top 10 for that than we will for the team event.
I think so. I think Cedar is such a cool shakeup in the schedule. We've got Mission Del Lago sold out, full field shotgun start this Saturday, September 2nd. And then open for registration, we have the event we're talking about now, Cedar Creek individual stroke play, standard points, September 17th, open for registration right now. And I think that's kind of a separator. It's still a big bonus point event, still 50 bonus points. And I think you're right. I don't think we'll see the top 10 really shift after Mission, but I think we're going to see it go after Cedar.
Yeah, I think you're going to see, I think the top 10 will still shake up, where you might see a couple of those guys jump up. You might see some of the guys at the bottom of top 10 drop out and maybe 1 or 2 new names come in. But I think Cedar is going to be a huge, it's going to do 2 things. One, I think we're going to see some different winners. And I think that's going to shake up the top 10 the most. And then I think that is also going to also influence a lot of people just from a confidence standpoint. If you go out and you win at Cedar and now you've jumped yourself into the top 10, top 15.
Such a good point to talk about, right? If you win at Cedar and jump in the point standings, what a momentum boost going into perfect condition Almost Basin.
Yeah. And I mean, Almost I think will be another fun course. And I think sets up this year maybe to be even better as a PC Open finale, because we haven't seen the course. We just haven't seen the course in a while.
You're exactly right. Last year was almost over and over and over again. And we just haven't been there in months right now.
Yeah.
So you're right. This final stretch, sold out Mission Del Lago this weekend, double points, open for registration, Cedar Creek stroke play on the 17th, and then open for registration, the regular season finale, a South Texas Am Tour major championship, the PC Open of the Alamo City Golf Trail, STX Am Tour division, 36 holes, Almost Basin, September 30th and October 1st to decide the season.
And I think honestly, the way it's shaped up, Willow, Cedar, and then Almost, 3 of the last 4 events are at courses that we have not seen in a while, minus Cedar with the team event, but it's still Cedar is a hard course, but we haven't seen it in stroke play. We hadn't seen Willow in forever, and then we haven't seen Almost in forever. 3 of the 4 last events of the season are going to be at relatively fresh courses, or courses we have not seen in a while or don't see very often.
Let's go back a couple comments from Scotty Williams. He asked a question about the wild card pick. Let's talk about the South Texas Match Play Challenge team, what it is, and what the wild card pick is. We talked about the horse race a little bit earlier. Can we pull up the STX graphic?
That is.
I know that's what you were looking for. You were reading my mind there. The South Texas Amateur Golf Tour culminates every year with let's do the other one. The South Texas Match Play graphic. That one.
Oh, sorry. That's the one I meant.
Yep. The South Texas Amateur Golf Tour culminates every year with the South Texas Match Play Challenge. It is the South Texas Amateur Golf Tour, the Alamo City Golf Trail Division, plays against the Houston Amateur Golf Association, or HAGA, and the tour holds a 6-3 advantage. This is the 10th year of the event, and there are, as you can see, 3 people on the team from this graphic, and 13 spots yet to be determined. That's where we're going with this graphic. Willie, Morgan, and Mark Kacheski qualified for the team, finishing 1, 2, and 3, respectively, in the spring season. That leads us to what we've been talking about all night, the top 3 and the top 10 in the summer season. So 1, 2, and 3 qualify for the team going into the playoffs. Qualifying in the regular season changes the playoffs for those 6 golfers. Playing free, playing clear. As you can see, 7 make it from the Tour Championship. So 7 players make it from the playoffs from the top 36, and we'll pull up that graphic next. The wild card selection and the horse race winner are the final 2 spots on the team. The wild card, to answer Scott's question, yes, there will be a wild card spot this year. The wild card goes to the person who has the most spring season points, summer season points, and playoff points that is not already on the team. The last couple years, it's been the first person out, but it doesn't always fall that way. It's kind of a wild card selection, right? It rewards regular season participation, basically, right? And then the horse race winner. So the horse race winner, MD, if we could switch graphics, please. Slide, click. The playoff schedule. Round 1, round 2, round 3, and the Tour Championship is round 4. The playoffs start with 100 players. Then it gets cut to 72, 54 and 36. The top 7 not on the team already from the Tour Championship qualify for the South Texas Match Play Challenge team. Then comes the wild card pick, and then the next 4 people on the points list go right to the number 1 tee box at 5 p.m. and play a horse race for the final spot on the team, which is crazy. It's so much fun. It is.
It's nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking is a great expression for it. That's how you get on the team. Those are those spots yet to be filled. We've got 3 events coming up. 2 open for registration, and Olmos Basin in good shape, Mission del Lago in good shape, Cedar Creek hot and firm and fast, but in good shape. Cedar Creek might be the only place where the fairways are as fast as the greens.
I mean, I'm going to be driver all day at Cedar. I love it.
And I just play Cedar the exact opposite. I'm iron. Let's make cars.
I mean, you know me. I mean, I'm all iron. But I mean, if the driver keeps feeling good, I mean, that's the one. I mean, I was sitting there thinking about it. I was running through my list of like what each ambassador, like when I think of like our tour cast guys and you and everyone, like what do we do best when we're on the golf course? We all play together so much. We all know each other games so well. And I was trying to figure out what each of us is kind of like, that's our thing when we go play golf.
Oh, that's okay.
I was thinking about that a lot. I was like really trying to.
What was Casey's thing? Is clearly putting. What was Bird's thing?
I was struggling a little on Bird.
Okay, of course.
Because I can get. I mean,
mine's short game, right?
Yours is short game all day. I kind of give Bird. I mean,
Bird hitting bombs right now.
I mean, Bird just hits bombs. Like that's the thing. He just rips bombs. DH is just.
Casey's greens reading. That's a really good point.
I think he's
a skill that goes, overlooked a lot. And Casey
he's a good Bermuda reader.
Oh,
actually, take that back. He can read bent grass. He just can't putt it as consistently. He still makes a million putts, but he'll even tell you that's not his favorite thing to putt on. Travis, so when I was thinking about you, Trav, I was just thinking about the definition of consistency. And that's exactly what I thought of. I was like, well, Travis's short game is really good, but like Travis is one of the few guys I know that like when he really wants to just turn it on, like he's talked about it before. He won't ever tell you, and I don't give a shit, so I'm going to tell you. Travis gets so in his head about his golf game because he doesn't get to practice. The only time he plays is if like it's me on an off weekend, whatever. And when you have guys that come and play with us that we don't normally play with, so like Scotty Williams coming to Colorado, going to Cole or stuff like that. Travis is all in his head about, I'm the pro, I need to play pro level golf.
I do act like that.
He won't hit he didn't hit a golf ball from 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks before we went to Colorado. And Travis takes 3-hour practice session. And then all of a sudden he goes into this little psychotic little tunnel.
I call it
where he's like, Straka confirms, gets super zoned in, and then he goes out and
banging 20-footers and bombing drives.
Shooting even here, one under there, or something like that. Like Kohler shooting that 69 casually, like no one even noticed it. like that to me, I think is the most impressive thing about your game. It's like you literally just flip the switch.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. That is.
It
is a unique talent that I've possessed for a long time. That ability to go shoot 75, no matter how much I practice or how little I practice.
Yeah,
it's been a couple strokes better this year. I haven't airmail. I've been hitting the driver well.
Yeah.
You know? But you're right, Scotty Williams. There's something about playing with you, just like there's something about playing with Michael Freeman. There's just something about playing with Michael that just makes me want to be as good as possible. And I'll tell you what, Dustin was like that for me in Kohler this year. You know, in Kohler this year, I was playing really well, and he was like, "Come get me, make me play better." You know, I'm coming. You know, it was really. Yeah.
I feel that way a lot about Casey, because Casey takes everything super serious at all times.
How do we get on this one? This is great.
But I told you this this past weekend. I was like, Steve Robert, I do not know what it is. He has been in the cart with me for 2 rounds that I've won this year.
There we go.
Like, Steve in the cart friggin' works great. Every round I play, and I agree with you on Scotty Williams. Every round I played with Scotty in Colorado, and he rode in the cart with me, was great. And then I didn't get to play with him until the bowl when we were in Kohler, but I shot 72 that day. I'm like, there's something about there's certain guys in the cart, certain people in the cart with you, or just and I would say the other person probably the most is you. I mean, I say I play my best golf when I play with you. I do play probably more golf with you than anybody else in the world. But because you turn it on, and you and I had that conversation in Colorado, you were talking about, you were spanking your driver, and you came up to me and you're like, I only hit my drive, like I hit my driver better with you.
Yeah, because I know you're going to hit it center cut, right?
Yeah. Like, and that, to me, like, that's the shit that I love. Like, I love playing with the guys that make me have to do something different, or like whether that expectation exists or not.
Cool though. It's super cool when Scotty's under par with, you know, his handicap, and you, me, and Casey are 1 stroke apart, you know, down the stretch. That's fun.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, and that makes the competition. I think that's the other big differentiator. For me, and I think for a lot of people, you know, just in general, as the tour has grown and everyone's kind of found their groups that they play with, you know, we all play really good golf together. We play a lot of golf together. We play at difficult golf courses together, but we also play, whether it's a game or not, we compete with each other aggressively, and it's no different for me. Like, I mean, it's easier at times to go play a tour event for me these days than it is to go play with the 4 of you, or the 3 or 4 of you, because it is, I know that I don't get.
Woo! We got off on a big tangent there. Everybody, we'll have those graphics posted on Facebook later. You don't have to worry about screenshotting them or going back, but somehow we got off of an amazing season finale course stretch with Mission Del Lago, Cedar Creek, and Olmos Basin, and all of a sudden we got down to Casey reading greens and us traveling, which is a really cool segue.
Perfect segue.
Yes, it's perfect. A Tour Travels 2024. This is a big teaser. Everything is ready to go. 2023 Tour Travels guests. Expect a 2024 welcome invite in your email box within the next 7 days.
Here we go.
French Lick Resort, number 1 and number 2 courses in Indiana, top 100 courses in the country, casino on property. I think the conversation stops there for a lot of folks.
I mean, amenities through the roof.
Great practice facility, really good amenities. It is, somebody once described it to me as the Broadmoor of the Midwest. And the Broadmoor is the bee's knees. So it's the cat's pajamas, as they say.
You know, I said it before. I'm disappointed. You know, I've said it a million times. I just would live at Kohler and play golf. And I am, you know, sad we don't go back this year for Tour Travels. I'm sure next year we'll we'll find some time to get back there and go play, undoubtedly. But this is going to be really cool. And
so excited. I'm so excited.
I mean, I was looking at the courses. I was looking at the golf courses 2 days ago, pulling them up and just looking at them, and it's just, it looks unreal.
I love the architecture of the die course.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm saying this. It looks like Lasonia's big brother.
And it's so funny to hear you say that, because that's when I looked at the first picture and I saw just the open. I'm looking at it. I'm like,
exactly what I thought. I'm like, that looks like the back nine bullshit at Lasonia.
Yeah.
And then you take the rest of the tour of the golf course, and all of a sudden you get the dramatic contrast between the perfectly manicured Donald Ross course that's a lot more Tillinghasty and scoreable. And all of a sudden, bam, 8,000 yards, 30-foot sod wall bunkers.
Love
just
it.
really, just dynamic changes, and really excited. Tour Travels 2023 guests get exclusive invites for the 2024 trip for a couple weeks, and then it will open to Tour Travels guests of all time. All 5 years of Tour Travels and the 9 different trips. It will open up for that. And then it will open up for guests of current golfers and then general public. Last year, Paintball Planet is a mere 10 minutes away. Listen, I love team building. I love team building with paintball. But last year, the Tour Travels trip, 24 guests, got to general public for 3 spots.
Yep.
So spots go quick, spots go fast. Maybe a fall trip next year too. We don't know. Maybe a teaser there next year. Not sure. But in the books, Wednesday through Sunday, French Lick Resort. It's an easy flight. It's an easier drive. Lots of different a la carte options. This is going to be a really, really super cool, super bougie trip. Really, really excited about this one.
Yeah, I know we've
great segue, by the way. Great segue.
That was my plan the whole time. I am super excited. You and I have been talking more about French Lick now the last couple of days than we have obviously leading up, because now we can talk about it and announce it and that kind of thing. I think the game plan that we have come up with prior to the start of the official trip and the week of the trip, I think is going to be, it's always, we talked about this. It's always kind of it's exciting to go someplace new. Kohler has the memories for us, but it's exciting to go someplace new, see new golf courses, experience new things, and even if it's not, whatever it is. I really like the format of the scheduling of this year's trip. The Travels Committee did a really good job putting the schedule together, where arrival day is a private range session and a short course, and then it's 36 on the same course. The next day, 36 on the same course, and then 18 on one of those courses, and 18 the next day on one of those courses. My only constructive criticism, it is clearly not a complaint, is that Kohler has 4 courses, and you only get to play 2 of them one time. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the learning aspect of playing the same course back to back. I'm really, really excited from that perspective. For me, from the I'm gathering information to make the next move is how I play golf, right? I play golf like I play chess. As much information, make the move. And I'm really excited about French Lick. You made fun of my Straka Confirms book earlier.
I was literally about to ask you Is it safe to assume that you already have French Lick Straka books?
It's
on
in the
order
cart.
in-
It's in the cart right now, along with using the promo code from the tour, by the way. Straka gives all tour customers 20% off all products. STX Am Tour is the promo code there. I don't know if you see in the background of my camera right here is just a little bit of my this is about half of my Straka books. But yes, French Lick courses are in my shopping cart along with High Meadow Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm gonna make an end of the year solo jaunt up to Edgewood and Grizzly Ranch. So I've got those in my shopping cart as well right now.
I just ordered one. I just ordered mine for, not that I need it, but I do enjoy having the Straka book now for Missouri next week for Sedalia.
I love the Straka book so much. Sometimes in golf, especially when you're playing well, you're on an island alone, right? And that Straka book gives you just that little pep talk like, hey, bro, you made a right decision. Or, yo, what you doing, bro? You get feedback from the Straka book, whether it's tee shot or hey, what's up, Casey Graham? Whether it's tee shot or yardage to a hazard or yardage to a bunker, or of course on the greens, which is where we think about Straka, the green maps.
I love the. I mean, I honestly, when I look at it, I do pay attention, obviously, on the greens, but it really actually helps me. I think I get some of the most benefit when I get a really good idea of what the dangers are on the fairway or on, right or left, but the distance that I like, okay, you got to clear that bunker. So that bunk to the edge of that bunker is 260, or you got to go this way. Like,
yep.
When the first time we started using these, when we went to Mississippi, that was such a cool, like, you had your books and I had mine, but like, we're looking at it and I'm like, okay, this dramatically improves my decision making.
And what a cool course to fall in love with Straka on. Fallen Oak. Conveniently located on the way to French Lick. Kind of.
There are several courses potentially on the way to French Lick if one was inclined to drive.
Plan a Tour Travels road trip.
Someone were to plan something like that.
Fallen Oak.
Yeah.
MD, we've talked for 44 minutes about.
I know we fucking blew it.
It's okay. I mean, we touched every bullet point on the list during our. That's true. I did finally get my left dashes in this past Monday, or so yesterday, with the Straka confirms on them. It's a big week. It was a big week for me. I am building a short game facility in my backyard, and some grass seed went down this week. So it's a big week for me. I also got a Facebook memory today that it's been 1 year since I got Buster Moon. Buster Moon. Yes, Buster Moon has been a Salkowski household member for 1 year today. Man, it's a sellout golf week. Mission Del Lago's great. The weather forecast looks pretty good. Still warm. Not quite hot, though. But 8 o'clock Saturday morning shotgun, it's one of those events where what you do with yourself for the rest of the long weekend. Casey Graham, I think that's a great number. I think -9 is a one-stroke win. I think
that's doable.
I think that's great. I think that's a great forecast.
I do want to call this out real quick. Let's pull these dates back up. October 14th, that Saturday, we've got something really cool going on. Want to bring in very quickly our our team member and co-host, Mr. Chris Dingman, who has an exciting teaser, exciting kind of announcement for us. Chris, take it away.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, so October 14th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., San Pedro Drive Range and Par 3, the first day of the first rounds of playoffs. We're going to do a Callaway fitting event, all new Apex lineup, everything like that. What we'll do is we'll email out a link. It's going to be based specifically on getting in and securing your spot, your time frame, so we can spend 30 minutes with you. So it's going to be in 30-minute increments. There's going to be 3 fitters there, myself, Ian, and then David. And so we'll be out there doing it. So look out for an email coming soon. And then I believe we're going to be doing skins contest on the Par 3 course as well.
Accurate statement. More information on that to come. It will mirror the same hours as the Callaway tent. We'll have the tour tent there alongside Dingy Does Fitting. And we'll do skins game on the Par 3 course. And what an icebreaker on the evening of round 1 of the playoffs going into round 2 at Northern Hills. Woo!
Yep. I think that that'll be a lot of fun. It'll give, if anyone gets knocked out on day 1, gives you a chance to start looking at some equipment for the new season. If you're in the middle
what a dark headline that is.
Well, I mean, that's why I
eliminated.
I'm not going to finish off there.
Well, look out.
Well, I mean,
it's going to be all.
My motto.
It's going to be an email for appointments. We're going to go, like I said, 30-minute increments, go down the line, starting at 6 p.m. to about 10 p.m. We'll be there if you're straggling a little late, but it's important to sign up in the time frame slots so that we can spend dedicated time with everybody and make sure that we're getting all the right stuff.
And we're going to talk more about this fitting and stuff like that. Chris is going to do each week leading up to it. We're going to do a segment on some of the new equipment. So we'll talk Apex. We'll go through, I know that there's some new stuff to try out from Paradigm. The new Paradigm driving hybrid that kind of came out, that kind of was a low-key release, was pretty cool. Paradigm Star, so the lightweight stuff for Paradigm. If you went through the fitting and you found the Paradigms were maybe a little bit too heavy for you, good opportunity to go test out that stuff. So there's a bunch of new Callaway stuff to go look at, and we'll talk about that.
Paradigm is so good.
So good.
I mean, it's so good.
I don't think any one of us, honestly, I think everyone who's put it in their bag can honestly, I know wholeheartedly, I can stand back and say my game changed dramatically because of Paradigm.
Right. I agree with that statement completely. And the only person, and this is hilarious, that I've heard complain about Paradigm has been player A complaining about the irons that they go too far.
Yeah.
They go too far, and he needs to drop something to add another wedge. That's the complaint, is that they go too far. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The confidence that I now possess with my Paradigm off the tee box, which was one of the weaker points of my game, is game changer for me. And
we talked about that, 2 weeks ago. This is kind of like, you look on the PGA Tour stats, and y'all shared it on the Facebook page with the amount of money that the Paradigm Fairway Woods lines has really produced. But this is actually really one of the big first years that they've been able to correlate tour play to production line of Paradigm all on the setup side.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Again, the Callaway stuff, new stuff to be tested. I know you and I have talked about it. I want to hit those Apex irons. I'm going to be honest with you. I really like my setup right now. I'm playing okay with them, so I'm pretty happy. But we're going to take a shot at trying to beat them. I at least need to see how they feel.
I can't wait to see that on video. I can't wait to see the final cut and then the bloopers from that. That's going to be great.
Bloopers are going to just be a lot of expletives.
Yeah, it's
I think that's great. Maybe a little live stream from the demo day and the skins game.
I believe that will be happening.
I will,
We may
I
have
will be there. I will be there at some point. I'll be there late, wrapping
I'll
up.
I'll probably be
playoffs. There's a lot of work to do there in that evening, but I'll be there at
I'll
some
probably
point.
be the point person for that.
I know MD will be the face of the franchise under the tent that evening alongside Dingman.
Yeah, I'll be there too. I'll be obviously working the event and going through that, and
yeah, it's gonna be a busy kickoff weekend, playoff weekend. Super exciting. But before we get to that point, we need to get through Mission Del Lago, Cedar, and wrap it up at the PC Open at Almost.
And it all starts the final stretch, the final sizzling summer stretch starts this Saturday at 8:01 in the morning at Mission Del Lago Golf Course, home of Clint Bach. Clint and his staff. So excited to be going back to Mission. Super excited to go anywhere. Super excited to go anywhere where the leader of the staff cares at the same level as Clint does. It's so cool. Really excited to be there. Rockin' G Grill, driving range, pretty good practice facility. Like I could hang out at Mission, and I like that. That's important.
Yep.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. It's going to be a good weekend. It's going to be good to be back playing. I mean, every time we come off of a off weekend, I've got the jitters to go play golf, something fierce. Ready to get back out there this weekend and see if I can defend staying in the top 3 or see what happens. But either way, it's Mission.
It's either way. It's an interesting storyline down the stretch. I love it.
Yep.
And
I mean, I love
last bullet point for the evening, and there'll also be a Facebook graphic about this. No Power Hour podcast next week, the 5th. The tour team is taking the week off for the long holiday weekend, and we're going to go no show next week, and then we'll recap Mission Del Lago the following Tuesday, the 12th, when we come back on the air. But like us on Facebook for the most up to the minute results, points, upcoming events and happenings, and then also www.stxamtour.golf for all of your event registration.
Yep, and be on the lookout next week. We actually may go live once or twice. We have myself and a couple of other ambassadors and tour players going out to Sedalia in Missouri, playing Sedalia Country Club. We're going to go fly out Tuesday. We're going to be there for about a week. Going to play a lot of golf.
Experience.
We're going to play a couple of rounds just for fun rounds around the area, around the Kansas City area. And then we have our tournament Saturday and Sunday, and it is going to be a lot of fun. And it kind of, again, it's we're going to go play tournaments on off weeks so we can be ready to come back that next week and play a tournament. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But guys, thank you all for joining us tonight. Thanks for hopping on. We went way longer than anticipated, but it's always the unscripted weekends. It's always the unscripted weeks.
They're the best content. Like that opening segment about the point standings, I was so cool, and that segued into the how do you make the team. It was just really cool show, really cool off week show. Christopher Dingman, tell us how golfers can get a hold of you for fitting information and to schedule instruction and fittings.
So dingydoesfittings@gmail.com is my email that anybody can send to. And then it's on the Facebook page too for the South Texas Amateur Golf Tour. And then just hit us up on there or reach out to them on Facebook, and then they get you in contact with me. Then we could just go from there. And then
it's also been in the Tour Report weekly newsletter as well. So search the Tour Report, and there's also some links in past newsletters for Christopher Dingman, master club fitter, and really, really, really good at what he does. And I truly believe it when he says he can find yardage for anybody. I really believe that. I really do.
MD, I could beat your stuff right now. So, let's go right now.
I mean, dude, if you got
dispersion, distance and dispersion.
Yeah, I'll take it a couple extra yards, but I want the dispersion. I've said it before. If you can
Yeah, let's go. Yeah,
I
heck
feel-
yeah. And that's why I'd love to see this interaction on video live. I think it's going to be great. I think that's going to be an awesome podcast special. I think that's going to be really cool.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Guys, thanks for hopping on tonight with us. Everyone out there, thank you for watching. We appreciate everything you guys do. Scotty Williams, love you, buddy. Thanks for watching. We will looking forward to playing golf again in Missouri. Everyone, have a good night.
Woo! Thanks for watching, y'all. See you
Thanks,
this
guys.
week in Mission.
I think he left and it's still running. Yeah. Okay.